Hey WorldTube, so some map reading instructions for you. Hopefully this is pretty self-explanatory, but we should go over it just in case, right? So whenever you are given a map, the first step to reading it is to choose the right type of map, right? Make sure you have the right map for what you need. If you need to navigate on a road, you need a road map. Topographical maps for climbing mountains, all sorts of things like that. So once you have your map, you need to check the compass rose. You need to make sure that you are facing the same direction as the map. So if you're facing north, you need to make sure that the road you're following is going north on your map, or else you could be going the wrong direction. Generally speaking, the top of a map corresponds to north, but you should check the compass rose anyways to make sure you're going in the right spot. Then you need the legend. The legend is also known as the key. Um, that's going to help you figure out what various symbols mean. So for example, a camping map is going to have campgrounds, picnic areas, gravel roads, trails, waters, forests, and emergency services. That's designed to show you what things are in the environment. Then you're going to need to look at the scale, right? If you look at a map and it looks like a distance isn't very far and you start walking, but then you realize that 1 inch on the map is 1,000 miles, you're going to be in for a long walk. But if you look and realize that 1 inch on the map is half a mile, that's going to be a very short walk, right? So that's going to be the ratio of the scale. So the ratio is usually going to be 1 inch to some amount of miles, right? And so that'll probably be your way of figuring out if this map is about a big area or a small area. Then you need to know where you are, right? So if you're looking at a road map, you need to figure out what street you're on. You can do this by looking at street signs or natural features like rivers, mountains, buildings, landmarks, things like that. Those are all going to be featured on maps. And then lastly, you need to figure out where you're going, right? So if you know where you are, you know where you're going, you know what direction you're facing, then it's a pretty simple matter of plotting your course. Now, even though we have GPSs today, it's still important to understand how to read maps because there may come a time when your GPS doesn't work and you might be in the middle of a foreign country with no internet access because you don't have an international phone plan. And so there's not only no Wi-Fi, but you have no data, and you need to make it to the train station before your train leaves. And if that sounded like an oddly specific example, that's because it's happened to me. So, learning how to read maps is important so that you can get out of whatever situation you've gotten yourself into, right? Okay, so with that being said, you go to the map of New York City that's been posted in Google Classroom for you. You're going to check the instructions to make sure you know what's going on, and then you're going to pick a starting point and an ending point. And for tomorrow's work, basically, this is what you're doing tomorrow. You are going to plot out detailed directions that include the cardinal direction, so north, south, east, west, northeast, southwest, whatever, that are going to include how far you go, so how many blocks, or if you want to go the extra mile, convert the scale of to miles, so you know how many miles you're walking, directions you're turning at each intersection, and then do not put where you end, because that's going to be up to your classmates to figure out on Thursday. You're going to post this to the discussion board question that is in Google Classroom, and then on Thursday you will respond to someone else's. Look at the map, figure out where they wanted you to go, and you're going to comment what destination you think they were trying to get you to. Then on Thursday, you're also going to check, see if the person who commented on yours got the right answer, and if they did, you tell them that they did. And if they didn't, tell them to try again, and hopefully they will. So I hope that helps with you understanding what's going on. I hope the map projections activities went well, and I can't wait to see you next week. So good luck, and email me if you have any questions. Bye.